Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am so glad you guys came on this morning to learn with these billionaire bosses, making money, creating generational wealth, making sure that we have what we need. Good morning, Mr. Kimbrough. Did you want to open us up this morning? You know what? Mr. Kimbrough's mic isn't activated yet. So we will just go ahead until he is able to speak to us because I'm sure he has something he wants to say. There we go.
How everybody doing this morning?
Good morning.
Uh,
Good morning.
Good morning.
y'all, I be trapped in the morning. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to do two and three things at one time, and I'm looking at my money disappear because I was a few seconds late. But I'm finna get it in. Y'all check out GBP USD. It's in a nice sale. It's going. Uh, I'm glad y'all here this morning. I don't even know who here.
You said you don't know who's here?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Oh, okay.
What up, young Jizzle? How you doing, Miss Jacqueline?
Good
Auntie?
morning.
Okay.
So yeah, that boy on something. He been on something ever since I first met him. I'm telling y'all now. But hey, what's up, Danielle? How you doing?
Oh, welcome to the call, Danielle. Now we
Good morning. Sorry about being late.
uh,
Yeah.
doing
If you are
Say it
not
again.
happy this morning,
our
then you need to go back to bed and wake up again.
Hey, yes,
So
yes.
Good morning, all. How are you all doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
oh
morning.
goodness. Hey y'all, I gotta put the trade in.
Mr. Kimbrough, we are waiting on you to start the call, sir.
Start the call.
Is that it?
It's too funny.
I can't with him, guys. I can't. All right,
I
guys.
was getting ready to say the same thing.
The right way, okay? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Billionaire Boss Empire. Guys, we want to make sure that you are all amazing, that you are all awesome. Okay, we want to make sure that you guys get this thing, that you understand this thing, that you know exactly what it is that you're doing, that you know exactly what it is that you have. So we want to make sure of that, right? Exactly. So, guys, please, please, please make sure you stay plugged in. Make sure you stay in the know. Anything and everything that we have for you guys, we are definitely going to be sharing that with you. Okay. So, as you know, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. You guys decided to wake up and be a part of these billionaire bosses, trading, learning how to do it for yourself. So you are already awesome. Now, we start off saying, I am a master trader. And with every trade, my balance grows. I am a master recruiter. And like minded individuals are drawn to me. Yes, yes. Guys, you got to speak that thing over yourself. You've got to have it written down so that you can see it, so that you can visualize. Don't visualize where you are right now, visualize where you are going because you are headed to greatness. Yes, yes, guys, you are greatness manifested already. So you got to walk that thing. You got to believe that thing. You got to know that you know that you know. Okay? Yes. Now, I hope you guys have already said your own personal 15 or more I am affirmations so that you can start walking in your greatness, so that you can start changing your mindset. Now, let's go ahead and look at our food for thought this morning. The best views come after the hardest climb. Guys, I want you to think about that. The best view. You're going to get the best view after the hardest climb. Nobody said this thing was going to be easy. But you guys are getting up early in the morning to say, you know what? It's not easy, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to see it through. You guys get on this call every morning, Monday through Thursday. You are on here because you're saying, I am going to do this no matter what. No stopping me, no turning back. I can't. I've come too far. I've got too many people watching me, waiting for me to fail for me to turn around and go back. I can't do that. I've got to keep going. I've got to press on. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not in this thing by myself. I know I'm not the only one that wants to see their lives changed, that wants to walk in that wealth that has been promised to me. I know I'm not the only one. And because you guys are getting up early in the morning, getting on here, I already know that you guys are walking that walk with me. So I say, welcome. Welcome to this abundant life that you have chosen to be a part of. Yes. All right. So after that, after we do our affirmations, we get our head right, we get our mindset right, guys, we go ahead and we get into the news. Let's take a look and see what is going on in the news, because understand this is important, guys. You need to know what's going on in the news so that you know what's going on with your trades. Now, let me go ahead and refresh this just in case anything was added. But I'm so glad Mr. Kimbrough said something about the GBP pairs, because you need to know this. At 5:25 this morning, there is a red folder with the GBP pairs. Okay, so Governor Bailey is going to be speaking. Guys, anytime Governor Bailey is speaking, you better be careful. So I'm not sure what direction that you are in your trade for. At 5:25, you may want to take your profits and go, because this right here can spike it in the opposite direction, depending on what he says. So red folder means, whoa, stop. See what is going on in the market. You may need to exit your trade quickly. And then 8:30 this morning, the USD has an orange folder. We know that is not as high impact as red, just means use precaution. Proceed with caution. Okay? Be careful. You may or may not need to get out of your trade, but you need to know what's going on. 10 o'clock this morning, USD has another orange folder, and more than likely this may or may not impact the 930 bill. Okay? So if you're in a currency pair with the USD, or you're looking at getting into the US 30, you may want to wait until you can see exactly which direction it's going to go in. And then 5:45 this evening, we've got NZD with an orange folder. So if you are in a currency pair with the NZD, you need to be careful this evening around that time. Okay? Just use precaution. All right. So let's see. Okay. Gold is trying to go into a little sale, but I can see that it's been in a buy. All right, so the 1 hour is going sideways. The 4 hour, all right, it was in a buy, but it's got a lot of pullback, so it's getting ready to change direction, as you can see by the size of the candles. So let's go back. All right, so gold is sideways. All right. US 30. The US 30. US 30 took off. It took off. It went on past that that support and resistance. And then it says that is exactly what it did. It pumped the brakes. It said, wait, hold up. Went a little too far. So now here it is, sitting right here. Okay, resting on that support and resistance line. So let's see. The 1 hour, it's in a sale, but it had a lot of pullback. It was turned into a buy. 4-hour, let me see, let me pull this down so that you guys are able to see it. All right, it's also in a sale, but it's got some pullback. All right, so the overall trend of the market is that it's in a sale, but it is experiencing some pullback. So that's what these were right here. This was pullback in the US 30. All right, now, Mr. Kimbrough spoke about that GBP USD. Let's see. What? Look at it. Look at it. All right, it is going down into that sale. Let's see. The 1 hour, it was in a buy, but it turned and it's going into a sale. You see that green is getting ready to cross over that red? And then the 4-hour, let me back it up so you guys can see it. I mean, I can see it, but I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, so the 4-hour, it is in a buy, but it's got some nice strong pullback right now. So we know the overall trend is that it's in a buy, but it's experiencing pullback. And we can see, because we use the Heikin-Ashi candles, we can see that yes, it has been in a very strong uptrend. I mean, very strong uptrend. So what it's doing right now, it is pulling back, and you can absolutely take advantage of the pullback. But what you would want to do is get in, get your dollars, and get out. Because we don't know exactly how far. I mean, actually, it could come back down to here. But the trend is that it's in a buy. So it can turn around at any time. Let's see what Euro is doing. Euro is doing a little something. All right. It's actually doing the same thing. Let's just go to 15 minute. All right, so 15 minute, green just crossed the red, and it is crossing the blue. All right, so we might do a market execution on that one and grab us a few pips. All right, so the 1 hour, we see that it was actually a little consolidated. The candles were really confused, but now it's turning around. It's coming out of that, so it's kind of going sideways, but it's trying to come out. The 4 hour, okay, it's in a buy. We've got some pullback going on. So we know that this is pullback, okay? This is pullback, and actually where it is sitting is really sitting right on a support and resistance line. And I can take this line and turn it blue. So before I would want to get into this, I would actually want to see that candle cross over that support and resistance line. Because that's, well, doggy, did it not just do it? Okay, I see you. Well, let's do this then. Euro USD. Let's go ahead. Euro. Do I have it open? Nope. I'll use this one. Euro USD. We're going to get into it for a market execution and grab us a few pips. Euro USD. I'm going to drop it. There it is. All right, I'm going to come up here to new order, and I am going to do a market execution, and I'm going to do a sale by market. Boom. There it is. All right, now what I'm going to do, okay, come over here to my trading view. Where is my next zone? Where are you headed to? All right, so I'm going to turn my candles into the moving average, and I can see that it's sitting on a support and resistance line, but it is pushing past it. So, actually it's already about right there. All right, let me come up here and grab a line. I'm using my crosshair so that I can see where it has come and touched multiple times. Actually about right there. Because I can see right here it has touched this area multiple times. All right, so It could come all the way down here, but I can see that it has actually been in this area and wasn't able to go through. Lay it down right here because I can see it touched here, here, and here. So that's another area that it was not able to go through. That's another area that's going to say, hold on, pause before you continue. All right, let me turn my candles back on. Are we there already? All right. We're not trying to get a lot of pips because this is pullback. We're not trying to get a lot of pips. Just going to see what we can grab here. All right, now remember the PSARs show the reversal in the market. So that is going to let us know, if it pulls back, it's not going to go further than here. Not unless the market reverses. So I'll grab a line. I will turn it red to signify my stop loss area. And I'm going to place it above the first or the second PSAR. So you think about it. This is your first candle. That PSAR right above it or below it, depending on which direction, that is going to be the first PSAR. Second candle, second PSAR. So here's your first, here's your second. Either one of those is where you would place your stop loss. So let's go back to our MetaTrader 4. I'm going to move it over. And now I can, see, I can plug in my numbers. So I can either do this one, this is actually like right there. I can do this one and grab just a few little pips, or I can do this and I say, I think it's going to come all the way down here. May or may not. It's pullback. All right, so I'm going to come to the trade. I'm going to double click. Like I said, we're not trying to grab a lot, so I'm going to make sure you modify your order. You're not doing another market execution. You're just modifying your current order. Okay, so modify order is the type, and that's going to bring you up a modify order box down here. Select stop loss. This is our stop loss number right here. 1.18658. Okay, 1.18658 is the stop loss. I'm going to come here and I'm just curious how far that is. So I'm going to put in this number for my take profit. I'm going to put in the first one. All right. 1.18349. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing it like this. All right. There. I'm in. I've got my stop loss. I can hover over it and I can see that I'm 26.8 pips away from my entry point. I can hover over my take profit and I can see that I am 4.1 pips away from my take profit. From my entry point for my take profit. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because the beautiful thing about the MetaTrader 4 is you can see it. You can, like, you know what? That's really close. I think I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna shrink it down so you can see more area. I think I'm gonna shoot for 5 pips. And come down here to the date, left click, hold it. When you move it to the left, it's gonna make your candle smaller so that you can see what's going on or what has happened to the left. To the right is what's going on right now. To the left is what has happened. Okay, so I can see when I shrink it down, I can see here's my take profit. And it's come down here. It's come down here. Okay, you see those candle wicks? you can see where it has touched multiple times. So right here, this area that I have chosen is definitely a support and resistance line. It's touched multiple times here. It touched multiple times here. So I can leave it here, or I can go for more pips if I wanted to, just by looking at this here, just by looking to the left. All right, but we are going to we're going to leave it where it is, unless you decide to move it. By all means, you absolutely can. Absolutely. But if you want to move it, you can do that too. You hover over the take profit, left click, hold it down, and you can move it. Okay. Now I'm at 5.1 pips instead of 4.1. And as I look left, that's not too far off from these wicks. So yes, this is also another area that has been visited multiple times. Okay. So if you decide to move it down to the 5.1, that new take profit number is 1.18339 right there on the screen. 1.18339. Okay. Or you can choose to leave it. All right. Now, guys, the reason why I'm saying this is because I want you guys to be the master traders. Okay. I want you guys to be able to get into these trades on your own because you see something. Because you are the master trader. All right. I don't want you to just get into a trade just because, well, Miss Benita said, Yes, Miss Benita did say, but Miss Benita also wants you to be able to do it on your own. Okay. All right. So we're going to let that run, let that do what it does. And it is headed to our take profit. So we're just going to leave that. Let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's 5:24. Let's go back to the GBP USD. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Remember, we've got a red folder at 5:25. So what I want to do is I want us to watch and see, what does this GBP USD pair do at 5:25? What happens? Because understand this, the market is going to react because the people that are in the market are reacting. Okay? So this right here is going to allow you to see what the reaction has on the market, the effect that the reaction has on the market. You are going to be able to see that. All right. Now it could, like I said, it could very well come all the way down here to this next support and resistance line. But do you see the candle is starting to kind of weaken a little bit? It doesn't have as much momentum as it did before. Okay, so the candle right before it has come down to at least here. Okay, the next one hasn't reached that point yet. Now we do have 4 minutes before our next candle. So let's see what happens. Let me see. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute, because the 5 minute lets you know. See how it's going sideways? It's getting consolidated on the 5 minute because they're waiting to see what is Governor Bailey going to say. What's going to happen? So you've got people scrambling in the market right now. So it's just kind of going, it's kind of just staying right there. All right, and that's why you don't see that current price moving. Let me go in. Let me go in because I really want you guys to see this. I want you to see it. All right. So you're looking at the candle, and this right here is your current price point. It's barely moving. It's barely moving. And if you go down to the 5 minute, the 5 minute shows you like what's going on right now. So as we look at the 5 minute, this is what's going on with the 5 minute. It's like it's trying to turn back around. But right now, the buyers and the sellers are basically in a tug of war. So you got three a doji candles side by side, and the strength is getting weaker and weaker. All right. Oh, it's 5:27 and it is holding. So we're going to come back to this one again and see what effect Governor Bailey had on it. So let's go to AUD USD. Okay, green has just crossed the red into a sale. Is selling the 1 hour. All right, so the 1 hour, it wasn't a sale, but it had some pullback. All right, it had some pullback, but it's getting ready to turn. It's coming back. The 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour, it was in a buy, but now it's kind of starting to go sideways. All right, so if the market, the trend of the market is that it's consolidated right now, it's going sideways. Guys, I've told you, if the alligator isn't eating, neither are we. We are not going. We can't feast if the alligator isn't feasting. So we are going to wait on this one, because what can happen is just what happened. It can turn around at any moment and go back in the other direction because it's consolidated. It's staying in one area. It's staying in one zone. As a matter of fact, if I were to turn this into the moving average, you can see where it is. Let's see. Yep, right here. I'm gonna lay down a support and resistance line. Right where it is. It's actually, yeah. All right, so I can see here that it touched. I think I like this one better. But this one, it actually had several, higher highs, lower lows, all of that, right, going on through here. So, let me turn this back into a support and resistance line. And this is actually, if I go ahead and turn my candles back on, you'll see that this also is a support and resistance area, as well as this one. All right. So what you are seeing is it was pushed past this support and resistance. It got to this one, couldn't go any further, turned back, went to the other one, turned back, went to this one, it pushed through a little bit, but then it was like, nope, but it couldn't come. It was trying to get back up there. It was trying, nope. Come back, push through, there it is, back in there. We're in there. Back to this one, nope, turn around, back to this one. So you can see these are like from this one to this one is exactly where that one is, where the AUD USD is staying. It's staying within these two zones. Now let me see something. I'm gonna take my ruler and I'm gonna lay it on one and the other. So we can see that is 12.4 pips. So this is what I say when I mean you can actually take advantage of the pullback. Yes, you can. You can trade this zone. When it does this right here, the green has crossed the red, get in, do this as your entry point. You enter here and you exit at this point. All right. And then you wait until you have another nice candle. Look, okay. Green cross the red, go in the opposite direction. Here you go. Get in it and go back to this other one. And don't try to get any more. So you could have how many pips did I say that was? All right, so if you got into it for the buy and took it up, that is 11.4 pips. Then if you did the same thing coming back down, okay, that is actually 11.8 pips. So you could have potentially, and this is the beautiful thing about the foreign exchange market, because it doesn't matter if it's buying or selling, we make money. So if you were to trade zone to zone, resistance, support and resistance to support and resistance, guys, you could have made 22, a little over 22 pips in profit, just trading zone to zone. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. All right, let me go back to GBP USD because I want to see what's going on. Okay. All right, alligator mouth is still open. It's still riding down, but you see what I see? It is not breaking past this zone, this area right here. I mean, it's still in a sell momentum, but it's weakening. It's slowing down. So that's a good indication that it could be getting ready to turn and go back the other way. All right, let's see. What is NZD USD doing? Let me see. All right, it was in a buy, had some pullback, but it's getting ready to turn back around. The 1 hour is in a buy. It's got a little bit of pullback. The 4 hour is also in a buy. Okay. NZD USD. Let's see. Now, I would do NZD USD for a market execution for a buy because the trend is your friend. The trend is that it's in a buy. But the reason why I'm kind of hesitant is because, first of all, the PSARs flipped, so the market reversed. So the market right now is in a sale because the PSARs are on the top. So what I would want it to do is I would want it to finish turning back into a buy before I decide to get in. So what I could do is absolutely set up a pending order. Okay, so when you can see a very good setup, you're like, I think this is going to turn back around. I know the trend is your friend. The trend is that it's in a buy and it's turning around. It's getting ready to go back into a buy. It's not in that complete buy yet, but it's turning back around. I would want it to, let me get a line. Okay. I would want it to turn around and come back here because I know it can come up this far. And it's done it. If you look, it's done it a few times. So I would want it to come up here and keep going before I get into it. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, I know it can come up to here. I would actually want it to go further before getting in. Okay, just in case if it decides to turn back around, it's not going to activate my trade. So let me see. Let me grab my ruler. And this is actually the zone that I'm looking at right here, which is 11.8. But we'll do this one instead. All right, so I'm going to move this line. I'm going to move it up. You know what? Actually, I'm going to delete that line. All right, so I can see that it has come up this far, but it has not pushed through. So in order for me to get into this for a buy, I needed to come on and push through this line right here. Let me bring this back some so I can see more. Yeah. Yeah, see, before I get into this for a buy, I would want it to push through this support and resistance line so that I know it's going to keep going, because it'll get up to this area and then it'll turn around and go back to a sale. Well, here is your other zone. Just like I was showing you on the other currency pair, look, it came up to the support and resistance line, couldn't push through, and it came down into a sale. Then it got to this support and resistance line, didn't go anywhere, couldn't push through, turned around and went back into a buy. So it's heading back to this support and resistance line. And there it is, turning back around, going into a sale. So in order for me to get into this for a buy, I would want it to push through. I would want it to push through and go on up. Let's see. I would want it to come on up to here, push through here. So this is what I would do. Boop. And how many pips is that? Okay. All right, that's not bad. You can get 8.2. So you can actually, yeah. Actually, I'm going to move that down a little bit. Let me make this bigger so I can see. All right, you can come down a little bit with that. There. And I bet you that is going to get me the 10 pips. Close. That's what that is. All right, so from this support and resistance line to this support and resistance line is 11.3. I would not want to use this number as an as the number to trade, to activate your trade, because we know it will come up to this number. It comes up to this support and resistance line and then it goes back. What you don't want it to do is you don't want it to activate your trade and then go back into a sale. You want it to push through. You want it to keep going. So we are going to do a pending order. Okay. Remember, with our pending orders, when we do a buy stop, we're saying it's going to get to a certain price and it's going to continue. Okay. If it were in a sale and it was going to go to a certain point and turn back around into a buy, we would do a buy limit. But what we're saying is it's going to reach a certain point and keep going. So our pending order would be a buy stop. All right. So this would be our entry point. This would be our take profit. Okay, come back to MetaTrader 4 and it hit our take profit. All right, so we took profit All right. There's our EUR USD. It took profit. Yay, congratulations. And the alligator is actually still open. It's still eating. But look at the stochastic. Remember, the stochastic tells the story. Right now, it's below the 16, and we know that that means that's the lowest point. Be prepared to buy. You guys see it moving? You see it jumping? All right. So it's a very good indicator that it could be getting ready to pull back. All right, but we got our profit. What? Yes, we did. It is taking off. It is really trying to go somewhere. All right, but the one that we were looking at is NZD/USD. Do I have that one right here? NZD/USD for a pending order. Go to new order. Make sure it is not a market execution that will mess you up. All right, we are doing a pending order. All right, and we're saying that it's going to go to a certain point and keep going into a buy. So that we call a buy stop. All right, and we need to move over our MetaTrader 4 so that we can see our markup on our trading view. Right here. All right, so our at price, we're going to start with the decimal point. We'll enter the decimal point first. Decimal point. And then that way the cursor jumps across the decimal point so that our number is accurate. Okay, 66807. Okay, that's where we want it to enter. Our take profit is going to be this support and resistance line right here. So we're going to start with the decimal point, so it'll jump over. Take profit is 66892. So the take profit is 66892. Now I'm going to go ahead and place that order so that I can see where my lines are. I'm going to bring it down. This right here is where I'm telling it I want it to activate. And then this would be my take profit. So that's 8.5 pips. That's a nice amount. Okay, so now you're saying, well, Miss Benita, I know you say that we need to place our stop loss below the PSARs when we're trying to take a trade. But the PSAR is for the sale that's down here. So where are we going to put our PSAR for up here? Because it's still going down into the sale. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We can see that this is a PSAR for a buy, and it's right down here. This is actually where the current price is. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to double click, and I'm going to use that as a starting point for me to see where I want it to go. Okay, so I'm going to put in, let's see, let's go ahead and use the current price. Decimal point 66, we'll do 583. And then I'm going to modify. And then I'm just going to put my stop loss down here. But it's not going to affect me. It's not going to take it out because the trade hasn't activated yet. So what I'm doing is I'm using this to allow myself time to, once this trade activates, then I can see where the PSAR is. Then I'll be able to actually move it. Excuse me. All right. And you can always hover over your stop loss, and you can move it anywhere you want to move it to. Okay, so you're going to wait until your trade activates so you know where you want to put it. Another thing that you can also do, right click, go down to trailing stop loss, and go ahead and set your trailing stop loss for 15 points, which is going to be 1.5 pips. So once your trade activates, if you are not able to watch it, you bring it back over so you can see. If you're not able to keep a track on your trade, which you really should be able to, you want to. But if you're not able to, then like I said, you can always go to your stop loss, right click. I moved it, my apologies. There we go. You want to make sure that you see that box pop up, and that's how you know you're where you need to be. Right click, and my trailing stop loss is set for 1.5 pips because you have to convert the points to pips. Okay, so with that being said, once my trade actually does activate, that stop loss is going to follow my take profit once it actually starts moving into profit. Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna leave that there, let that sit, and just watch it. Now, very important, are you guys making sure that when you get into your trade, you're looking to see how much is in your balance, you're looking to see how much your account balance is, and you're looking to see what is the best lot size I should be using? What should I be using so that my account balance is not blown because I don't have enough for the pullback? Okay, so guys, that's where this comes into play. This is very important, but it's also going to show you how to compound and grow your account balance, because this right here, this row right here, lets you know what amount you're looking for the day. Once you have achieved your profit goal, once you achieved your goal for that day, you're done. I don't care what other trades you see. Oh, but I can make some more money. I can get some more money. Guys, you've reached your goal for the day. Rejoice and celebrate you reaching your goal for the day. And then you can get in and study and learn. But once you have met your goal, you've met your goal. And depending on if you wanted to grow your account balance by 10%, if you want to grow it, let's see, 20%, I mean, if you want to grow it 30%. But know this, you need to make sure before you make the changes that your account balance will be able to support, hold, and sustain what it is that you are trying to achieve. Okay? All right. Now, I will never, ever, ever tell you what you can and cannot do with your money. But what I will do is make suggestions. Okay? I'm going to suggest you not risk more than 3% of your account balance. I am going to suggest that you make sure that you're using an appropriate lot size for your account balance so that you don't blow your account. So that if a trade hits the stop loss, you will live to trade another trade. Meaning your account balance will be able to stay active so that you can get into another trade. All right, now, see, let's go back to trading view. Let's go back to GBP USD. Let's see what it's doing. It's still right there. It's stuck. And actually the momentum is really slowing down. Let's look at some of the other GBPs. All right, GBP, JPY. Look, exact same thing. Exact. It's because Governor Bailey is speaking right now. So they're trying to figure out. And let's see. Let's see if Forex Factory, if we click on the folder, all right, he's to speak at the annual Waterline Summit. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna, and I'm just saying, just showing you guys. I mean, you can open it up and read it. Okay, you can look at it, see what's going on. All right, let's go back to our GBP and see what the others are doing. Okay, that one's really getting ready to switch direction. Same thing. Now, this is what I want you guys to see. It came down, went up, came down, it went up. Let's look at GBP USD. Look at it. Look at the wick. It came down, it went up, it came down, it went up. JPY. It came down, it went up, it came down, it went up. They are doing literally. I mean, look. Came down, up. So it's what we got. Same thing. All right. So we will wait and see what Governor Bailey's speech has, the reaction that it has on the market. Let's see. Let's look at USD JPY. All right. It's in a buy. As the stochastic is getting ready to start making a turn, though, it's up above the 80. So it's starting to slow down. But let's see what the higher time frames are doing. Okay. The 1 hour was in a sale, but it had some pullback. It started turning, but it hasn't turned yet. It's actually, because if you look at the alligator, it has not crossed over. This is right here is what we call a fake out. It looks like it's getting ready to cross over the red, but it says, psych. No, not yet. But it looks like it's getting ready to go back over the red, but we don't know yet. It could be another fake out. So what about the 4 hour? All right, see, the 4 hour is in a nice sale. It just has some pullback. Now there is some confusion going on with the candles because we've got wicks coming out of both ends, but it is in a sale. So the overall trend of the market is that it's in a sale. It's just has a little consolidation going on. So this is the pullback, and actually you can see the consolidation right now. You can see it went down to here and went back up to here. It's the same area. It was just there. So it really didn't move much. Okay. Let's see. Let's check back a look at the US 30. Let's see. Even the US 30 is doing the same thing. It's staying right around this support and resistance line right here. Now, you guys know that I like to show you the US 30 compared to the German 30 because they are so similar. I mean, that usually whatever the US 30 is doing, the German 30 is doing the exact same thing. All right, so you can see. Here's the sale that it was in. Here's the sale. Spike down, went up to a buy. It's going up into a buy. So the US 30 and the German 30 usually run parallel. Every now and then you may see, see one do something different from the other, but they're not far off from each other. All right. So it's 546. Put it back on here. All right. All right, guys, it is 5:56. Question time. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions right now? Anything you want me to look at? Are you guys looking at any trades right now that you want us to take a look at together as a group? Anything? Anything? Nobody's looking at anything? Oh,
I'll get to it.
hey, you know what? Did I miss? Ah, look at you guys. I just went into the trade. I just went into the chat. Exactly. Exactly. YJ, you cannot force a trade. I love that. I love that. You guys are listening. Yay. Yes. Guys, if it's not there, you can't make it be there. And we don't gamble. We do not gamble. This we are not going to be having to attend Gamblers Anonymous because that is not what we do. We trade. We trade smart. We analyze. And we look first to make sure. You got something, Danielle?
I was just venturing off and looking at the USD CAD.
Looking at which one?
USD CAD.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see what USD CAD is looking like. I'm gonna go to this one because that one really wasn't doing anything. USD CAD. Okay, okay. It was in a nice uptrend. And see, I can see it because of the Heikin candles. So let's see. The 1 hour, okay, it was in a buy, it's got some pullback. So it's turning into a sale. The 4 hour, all right, it was in a sale. It's turning. Okay, so because of what's going on right here on the 4 hour, it's kind of starting to go sideways. This is not a trade that we would take just yet. Okay, you can certainly put it on your watch list. Okay, you can put it on your watch list and see, okay, which direction is it going to go in? So if I go to the 15-minute and I pull it back, I can lay down my support and resistance lines. Okay, turn it into the moving average. Start laying down my lines because the moving average lets me see. All right, and I'm using my crosshair so that I can see what has happened over here as well as what has already happened. So I'm looking at this right here and I'm seeing that it's lining up with this right here. So I can lay that line down right there and I can see that that is a support and resistance line right there. Now move this over. There it is again. Okay. Let's see, I move it over again. There it is. All right. So let's come back over here. I'm going to pull it back some more. And let's lay down a couple of more lines. All right. So I can see right here, this is definitely another area where it was trying to push through, but it didn't make it. It could not break through. And when it did, it pushed through, but then it came on back down. All right, so this is a nice, another support and resistance area. Let's see, what do we have here? All right. I'm looking. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm moving my crosshair up and down because I want to see, I can see that it's been in an area right here, but they're a little staggered. So what I want to see is where are the most touches to the line here as well as over here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking side to side. Okay. I can see that it's touched here. Did it there? Shoot. That is not what I wanted to do. Come up and grab another line. All right. Right there. Okay, so it touched, touched, touched. Come over, touched, touched. All right, turn my candles back on. All right, so it actually bounced around between this zone for a little while before it came out, and now it bounced around a little bit more. Now it's out, but it seems like it's trying to head back into that zone. So let's make it bigger. All right. If it were going to go into a buy, you guys already know I want it to push through the support and resistance before I take this for a buy. And I know it can come up to here. So of course I would want it to push past this area and break all the way through, and then I could take it up. I'd take it up to this next support resistance line. Let's measure. Let's see what's the area for this support and resistance. All right, so that is 13.7 pips right here, right in there. Okay, so this is a good one for your watch list. Keep a check on it. Keep a watch on it. You guys know I'm getting ready to go back to GBP USD before we go. Ah, look at there. Look at there. It's getting ready to make its turn. There's the stochastic. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. Well, guys, it is now 6:03. So, guys, get in the market, practice, get into your Epic University, study.